Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zbella, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys about color. Now, I've been coloring my hair for ever. Probably, I don't want to say probably, for sure. I've been coloring my hair way longer than I have been locked, actually. And I've been getting questions about hair color forever. I wanted to talk basically about how to prep your hair for color. I think when people get into coloring their hair and they want to color their hair, they really don't know the ins and outs of the upkeep and specifically how to prep your hair for color, or even know if their hair could really upkeep with color. Because let's be completely honest, your hair breaks if you over dye it, if you don't take care of your hair, if your hair is not always moisturized. There are some pros and cons when it comes to dyeing your hair. But one of the first things I would say is when I dye my hair, when I first started dyeing my hair, I used to be so opposed to my roots coming in. I was just like, I have to go get my roots dyed. And I noticed there's a lot of people that are like that, especially when it comes to like a lighter color hair, like blonde or honey blonde. And over the years, I've realized that I prefer my hair to go long periods of time without retouching my hair. And there's no scientific fact, but I believe that when you let your hair breathe and let it just relax and just do its own thing, it goes a long way. With that being said, no grooming. I know you're like, why would you not groom your hair? But for me, when I go get my hair colored, when I know I'm going to get my hair colored, I go for periods of a time not grooming my hair. And if you follow me on social media, you'll see that I have different styles of lock styles to show you all. However, in between those times, I do not touch my hair. For example, I might not dye my hair from this point on until later in the year. I've got to a point where I dye my hair maybe once or twice a year, depending on how I feel, or if I want to do something special for an event, or I mean, we're not going anywhere now because we're in a pandemic, but I am very strategic when it comes to dyeing my hair, and I really like my hair to be fully grown out, because when I do dye my hair, I do not re-dye, especially the lighter part. I do not re-dye the shaft of my hair. I'll only touch up the root. Now for the back end of my hair, I do touch that up because that is not a permanent color. I do not use permanent colors throughout my whole head. It's just the top of my hair that's permanent and the back of my hair that is a semi-permanent color. Which means after a few washes, the color will fade and I will have to touch it up periodically. So every time I wash my hair, the color just fades. With not grooming your hair, it's actually very good for the stylist to be able to really color and get every strand of your hair, because if you notice, sometimes if you re-groom your hair and they can't get every strand because your hair is tightly twisted. So taking time out to let your hair breathe and grow before you go get your hair colored is one of the things that I would recommend. Another tip I have, I would definitely make sure that I have a hair routine. And what I mean by that is, I did a poll on my social media and asked people, do they have an everyday hair routine? And majority of the people said no. It is extremely important to have a hair regimen. Every day I wake up and I use leave-in conditioner. I spray it in my hair. It's a lightweight leave-in conditioner that I use. I use oils for my scalp. But you have to think about it. When you dye your hair, it's all of your hair. And I think we forget that we have to make sure that every part, every inch of our locks are hydrated, are moisturized. And depending on if you have high porosity hair or low porosity hair, I'll do a video on that to explain what that is. But sometimes we don't pay attention to that because we have, our hair is already locked. And we might not understand if we have too much protein in our hair or less protein in our hair because our hair is locked. But we really need to pay attention to what our hair needs. Having an everyday hair routine or hair regimen is extremely important. Because I do have lighter hair, I make sure every time that I wash my hair, I do a hot oil treatment. And granted, it does take a little bit longer, but I know for sure that my hair is moisturized and it's hydrated. hot oil treatments, like I said, leave-in conditioners, you know, those things are extremely important. Deep conditioners, shampooing your hair, you know, those things that we really take for granted. We really have to nourish our hair just as well as drinking water and making sure our hair, you know, our skin and everything is hydrated. We have to do the same when it comes to our hair. So again, leave-in conditioners, hot oil treatments, deep conditioner mask, and making sure we drink our water. One thing for me that is so important, especially when you are about to dye your hair and you do not know what color you want, or you see somebody, you're like, oh, I don't want that color, or I want that color, or I see a picture, is to find somebody that can do it. Find somebody that can do it. I repeat, find somebody that can do it. I can't stress that enough. You know, some people do their own color, which is your prerogative. It's, you know, it's your thing. And there's nothing wrong with doing your own color. But don't get upset when it doesn't come out the way that you want it to come out. I'm a firm believer in finding somebody that is an expert in something that you want and that you cannot do or achieve. And finding a hairstylist or a colorist that can do your color the way that you want it, that also has like a routine for you and will give you the pros and cons of that color, and to say even if they can do your color, is extremely important. So when you find that stylist, that colorist that can do it, make sure you bring pictures. Make sure you let them know, like, this is what I want, and hear their feedback, you know, because some people say they can do it and can't do it. So make sure you bring pictures. Make sure you see pictures of what, you know, they've done, and go from there. Also, when you go get color and you talk to your stylist, make sure that you come in, when you go get your hair done, make sure you come in with the makeup that you normally wear. And the reason why I say that is because when they do it, they know how long to keep it on, and how, if it's going to be too light, too dark. I remember when I used to get my hair done, I used to get my eyebrows done exactly like my hair. And I did that because I really wasn't wearing makeup like that. And I wanted my eyebrows just to flow with my hair. I didn't want it to, you know, my hair used to be completely lighter and it was just like really, really blonde. And the reason why I say that is because so it doesn't look either, you know, my hair doesn't look too orange, too blonde, and it's just right for my complexion. For me, you know, everybody's goal is different. You know, some people are darker than me and they do bleach blonde, and that's okay. But for me, I want my hair to also still have this natural brown look. So when I do dye my hair, or I do let my hair grow out, it still looks like a natural color for me. And that's just my preference. You know, everybody has a different preference, but that's just why I wanted my hair a certain color. But I can't stress it enough, upkeep is very important, and I think that that is one of the things that we forget when we go into these we go into these hairstyles, especially when we have locks. People think, you know what, I have locks, I don't have to do anything to it. But there's still upkeep. There's still a sacred space of really taking care of your hair and nourishing your body, and just not letting your hair dry out. You know, there's all these different factors when it comes to having locks. So putting color on top of that, there is a wide range of routines and ways to take care of your hair. But I just wanted to make this video because I think that sometimes we have this misconception when it comes to dyeing your hair, and I can't stress this enough. I get so many messages about how to maintain and take care of your hair when your hair is lighter. So I think it's important to know how to prep for it, or just even know what we're getting ourselves into. If there's any other videos you would like to see, please let me know in the comments below. Alright, so if you are not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at DBellaLocks. And if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!